Hey, what's up guys, it's Fish here, and welcome back to the world of Total War Warhammer. We are back with another custom map battle, this time at Drak, I think is how you pronounce it. Probably butchered it, I do apologise in advance. However, we are also playing with the Chaos Dwarf mod, I guess, faction pack, which goes ahead and adds the Chaos Dwarfs into the game. The modder has done a great job at really kind of diversifying and making this faction really interesting. Now, I have heard that they are a little bit OP, which kind of does make sense though. From reading their lore, they seem like they kind of got the best of both worlds. They're obviously dwarfs, so they're going to be a really sturdy race. They also obviously have infused like machine and demon to be one, so their artillery is just beyond insane. And then they also have, you know, orcs, hobgoblins, and, you know, a whole range of units from the demon side of the Chaos roster, you know, all these minotaurs and stuff like that, which just kind of make their roster just that little bit better. So, you know, they might just go ahead and just destroy this battle. I'm not sure. I've personally not watched this battle through yet. This was sent in by the guys over on my Discord, which you guys can go ahead and find a link to in the description. In there's loads of people always looking to set up games, so if you guys want to play battles like this and obviously feature in replays, then make sure to go over and join the Discord. People are always looking to play on these custom maps of Warhammer, as well as Attila, you know, Rome 2, and any other game. I'm sure you can find people willing to mess around with you on them games. It's a really good place just to find people to play with, and especially because sometimes these custom maps are hard to get people to play with and kind of create a strategy, you know, create a scenario almost. Because this is a scenario battle as well. We have a Chaos Dwarf army who is going to be leading the main assault. Then we have a normal Chaos army just behind that. However, this is not the entire Chaos army. We also have Archaon, who is not allowed to enter the battle for 15 minutes. Him and his elite golden infantry army, and obviously there's a lot of Chaos Knights as well, are going to kind of be turning up a little bit in reserve and acting kind of almost like they're delayed. So Archaon is not allowed to turn up until 15 minutes. And I believe if Archaon dies, the battle is over and the Dwarfs win. The money-wise, the defenders had 40,000 and the attackers had 45,000, so it kind of given them a little bit more money to play with. However, you know, the Chaos Dwarfs are really OP, so even though the Dwarfs have the defenses, the Chaos Dwarfs kind of balanced out that way. I really am excited to see what their artillery can do in this battle, because apparently it's really good. So let's go ahead and start off this battle by looking at the castle itself, then we'll jump into the army comps, and then we'll start the battle. If you want to skip straight to the battle, there will be a skip to battle button in the description. Just open it up, find where it says skip to battle, and click the timestamp. I still get people complaining that my intros are too long, even though I've mentioned in the video that there is a skip to battle button. So please, if you don't want to listen to me ramble on and kind of talk about the maps and the units and stuff like that, then just use that skip to battle button. That will take you straight to the beginning of the battle itself. So the fortress itself is pretty interesting. It's very simple, but I really like that. It'd be cool if we could get actually some workable walls on the go, because I think that would kind of open up the fortress a little bit more. But at the moment, there's just two simple paths. You kind of got the central point right here, where, you know, the Dawi are defending outside the fortress, and then you can kind of push up here. I mean, you kind of open up into a bit more of an open battle, I guess, in a sense that there's two paths, and then they lead round here, and they both come up into this kind of open area of the fortress. So it makes sense, you know, this would be a very good fortification for a defense for the dwarfs, because you know, it's a choke pointy. They can use their numbers or the lack of numbers to their advantage and push forward that way. They also have a beautiful artillery position right here as well, that they can just hammer the enemy as they get closer and closer. But yeah, so overall, you know, it's a pretty simple fortress. Obviously, it's not as simple as in the detail, but simple as in the design. But I think it works really well, and I like it a lot. There's also like a tomb here as well, which kind of makes it look like the Dawi are defending that, which is awesome. Let's go and look at the army comps really quickly. So on the front line, we have a whole line of Iron Breakers, supported by some Longbeards. These guys are going to be the outer defense. Obviously, we have Grumbadel, I think is how you pronounce his name, leading them right here, the White Dwarf. And behind him, here's a Runesmith and some more Quarrelers with great weapons. Going up the actual wall itself, we have some Longbeards who are going to be holding back the enemy advance if the Iron Breakers fail, which obviously I assume they will. And then we obviously have the Regiment of Renown, the Norm Grimling Iron Breakers, obviously the elite Iron Breakers, which are ready. I'm also obviously making sure that the battle doesn't start, because we are on slow mode, so I don't want to miss any of the action in this engagement. We continue to go back. We have some Longbeards with great weapons, along with some more Quarrelers. We have Slayers with golden XP, so that's going to be really vital in this engagement. Lots of Iron Breakers back here, ready to hold this side pass, supported by more Longbeards. Then we have some Thunderers. These guys are going to be extremely important at taking down a lot of the flying units for the Chaos Dwarfs. I imagine that's going to be extremely vital for any victory to be on the cards for the Dwarfs. We also have an Organ Gun in a pretty nice position just down this entire road, which should definitely rack up a lot of kills. It actually has golden experience as well. So I imagine that the actual cannon crew could actually probably hold their own. We continue to make our way up to the final layer. More Iron Breakers, more Hammerers, or Hammerers for the first time. I haven't actually seen these guys before. They're supported by more Thunderers and Longbeards, and we also have the Peak Gate Guard, one of my favourite Dwarven units. Just an elite Hammerer unit, and they've obviously got lots of runes inscribed on their actual hammers themselves. We also have the Dragonback Slayers, a beautiful looking unit, and then more artillery. We have some Grudge Throwers. We have a line of, what, four of these bolt throwers, along with some of these Bugman Rangers. Again, I love their shields, the Bugman Rangers, they look great. And then we also have some flame cannons as well, and we also have a few siege engineers. More Thunderers. We go over here, we have Ungrim defending up this right hand side, more Hammerers, Iron Breakers, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be the exact same over on this side. Yeah, pretty much a mirrored defense. However, these guys are pushed up a little bit more with some Longbeards. So now we go ahead and look over at the Chaos Dwarf army, which is probably the army I should have started with, because that's obviously the army you guys want to be seeing, because obviously it's a new faction. That's very my mistake there for not starting with these guys. So on the front line, we have some Hobgoblin Archers. These guys are obviously going to try their best to harass the Dwarven lines along with the artillery. Then we have the Infernal Guard. Oh god, the battle is starting, so we can pause it as the bolts just get ready to hit into the Dwarven lines. It's a perfect place to pause it. So we have some of the Infernal Guard, who again look great. I love their face masks. It's kind of just because in Warhammer, if you guys don't know, you can only use the assets which are already in the game. So these are kind of all stuff from all different factions which they brought together to create their own faction of the Chaos Dwarfs, and I think they look really cool. The Infernal Guard are obviously going to be an elite unit of heavy infantry for them. We obviously got more of these Hobgoblin Archers. Then we have some of the Infernal Guard Longbeards. These guys are heavy infantry with guns, so they can just decimate oncoming infantry and then pull out and just be as good as normal Longbeards. Oh god, I call them Longbeards, I mean long shots, sorry. I believe that's the unit I'm thinking of as correct. These guys are basically really good in both range combat and melee combat. Then we have the Infernal Iron Swarm. These guys look insane. Flaming axes, heavy armor, they look great indeed. I can't wait to see these guys get stuck in. Going back, we have some of these destroyers. These dudes look just scary as hell. They're huge and they're ready to get stuck into the combat. Continue to make our way back with some of the artillery. Apparently this Deathquake mortar is just beyond insanity when it ranges down. I think it even killed some of their own, yeah, I think it must have killed some of the own Infernal Guard from just shooting, because it's that good. And it's gonna, I can't wait to see the devastation it leaves. Then we have some of these Death Striker rocket launchers. Apparently they just shoot out one rocket and they're pretty deadly as well, as we continue to go back. We have some more Infernal Guard. Then we have the Chaos Warriors with great weapons from the other army. We also have some Black Orc Slaves and a Hell Cannon back here. So lots of artillery for the Chaos Dwarfs and the other Chaos Forces. We also have some Bull Centaurs as well, great weapons, and then the Legendary Lord for the Chaos Dwarfs right here as well. So he looks pretty insane with his mace. Then we have some of these Feral Manticores, 3 Manticores, and an Aspiring Champion. Some Aspiring Champions down here, along with more Chaos Marauders and Chaos Warriors with great weapons. So that looks like the entire army for the enemy. Obviously, there's some more Chaos Forsaken, and then we have Archaon's army, which just makes up of pretty much just an entirety of Chaos Knights. We have some Dragon Ogres, and then we have some Chosen with great weapons. So more of the elite forces ready to come in. And then finally, something I missed, but you also have these Bale Terrorists, I think is how you pronounce them. They also have like a light below them which they shine, which is kind of cool. So let's go ahead and form up ready on the Dwarfs and get this battle started. So let's go ahead. I want to watch this artillery just rain in on the Dwarfs and just absolutely annihilate them, because I'm expecting the Chaos Dwarf artillery to be pretty insane. And oh my lord, is it insane. Look at that, the explosion's already coming in. Oh, there we go. That's the, oh my lord. The earth, oh my, that's insane. That mortar has just ripped apart that entire unit, killing it. Oh my, that mortar literally just killed an entire unit of Longbeards in one shot and devastated the Iron Breakers as well, even with the Rune of Negation as well. That is beyond crazy right there. That thing is, I kind of understand why it killed a bunch of these Infernal Guard right here. The Deathquake mortar is disgusting, but I'm pretty sure it's that OP in the lore, like it can just ruin stuff. Hopefully it has an insane reload speed, because if that thing can shoot again, you know, in a couple seconds, then that's just disgusting. So this is not looking good for the Dawi, already losing quite a few Longbeards, but they have plenty of defenses and tricks up their sleeve. If they can outlive the artillery and hold firm, then they definitely have a great chance of winning this battle with the defenses they have in their kind of pocket. They have a lot of archers, a lot of gunners and artillery just to smash the enemy as they get closer and closer. They obviously need to use their slayers extremely well though, I think. And yeah, by the looks of it, the artillery is kind of stopped for a while. So I think the Chaos Dwarf artillery has a long reload speed by the sounds of it. Oh no, another Earthquaker artillery. Oh, that's just insane. Look at it. Rip apart the lines of the Dawi. I feel sorry for them. What can men do against such reckless haste? You just see a dead dwarf half body just going flying there. They're trying to reform as best they can. Even in the face of the enemy artillery coming in, they're still holding firm, ready. The Iron Breakers throwing off their explosive satchels now, just burning the Forsaken alive as they just descend upon the Dawi shield wall right there, charging forward, trying their best to break it. This is good though. The quicker the Dawi get into combat against the enemy lines, it's better because it means the artillery, if they want to shoot the Iron Breakers, they have to go through their own units as more of the soldiers can continue to go in. We'll start the camera a little bit and just go down the battle line as we have the destroyers who look like they're on fire right now. Just charge into these Longbeards with these corridors with great weapons. Flee for your lives, guys, as they just somersault into the battle itself. These guys need to get their head out of there, and the Longbeards need to try their best to save them. Runesmith is even coming after these guys, but more artillery is just coming in, burning the dwarfs alive. As the front line just seems to be getting overwhelmed right now. This battle is insane. Apparently it is also, yeah, it's a 30-minute battle as well, so there's plenty more fighting. Don't worry, even if it doesn't look good for the dwarfs now, I imagine as we get on, the dwarfs will have a much better job. This was kind of a lightly defended area out here, so it makes sense that the dwarfs are getting overwhelmed by the superior forces of the Chaos Dwarfs and the normal Chaos forces. As long as these guys can get stuck in without getting too much shot by too much artillery. We see a Runesmith going back. Has Grombrudel already retreated, or is he dead? There still is a lot of enemy forces here. I don't know, they're getting completely overwhelmed. Has the general? Yeah, the general has got back, which is the main thing right there. And this is kind of the killing zone which the dwarfs want to get the enemy in. They have a lot of artillery up here. The bolt throwers, by the looks of it, are moving back. Oh, we also have some of the infernal beasts coming in right here as well. The Taurus is coming in and actually hitting the Flame Crew. The Dawi, they need to get the Dragonback Slayers into this engagement as soon as they can to stop this. Because turning these quarters round to shooting, the Bugman's Rangers are hitting the enemy forces now as they start to descend upon these guys, which is smart. But yeah, they really need to send them these Dragonback Slayers. I don't think they've noticed yet, which is not too good. They've got a lot of flying creatures coming around. Yeah, these organ guns, if they're not careful, are going to be incinerated, which is really smart by the enemy Chaos players to be hitting all this artillery whilst they can. The main line of the enemy have just completely pushed up here. The actual units are holding. However, we are going to be getting some magic off from these guys. The Curse of Hashut, I think is how you pronounce it. And that's going to be heard from him pretty hard. The artillery is going to be getting pushed up now and just continuing to cause just havoc in the lines of the dwarfs. We have some of the Bull Centaurs as well, and the Hell Cannon. If the Chaos Dwarf artillery wasn't enough, there's also a Hell Cannon up here, hammering the lines. That is not good right now. A lot of the arrows are coming in from the Hobgoblins. However, if they get some artillery shots on these Hobgoblins, there's going to be a lot of dead enemy forces. The Infernal Guard are finally making their way up now. They kind of use the Chaos Marauders and the Forsaken as kind of a vanguard for them, and now the Infernal Guard are getting pushed in. However, they are going to be getting hit by the Flame Cannon and the own artillery from the dwarfs. Have they managed to deal with them yet? Yeah, the Earthquaker artillery shot again. That thing is just crazy. Really, really is. So the Dragonback Slayers have managed to scare off the enemy forces. The Gyrocopters are going to be really, really vital in doing this. How did they... Yeah, this thing is still hitting the artillery. They need to turn around and kill these things. They have Thunderers right there. The Thunderers need to be turning around and hitting it. We go back to the main front line. We can see the enemy are pushing up thick and fast. And the actual aerial assault they're doing in the background is biding these guys time right now. The more time the flying creatures can bide these guys, the quicker they can get up because if the flying creatures weren't harassing the back line, the amount of arrow fire which would be coming in would be devastating for Chaos Dwarfs. But because of that, these guys are having to reform, kind of, really think about their position. The artillery fire really isn't coming in either, so a lot of these quarrelers are still shooting, but a lot of them aren't. We've got 3 or 4 Bugman Rangers units still reforming, trying to form up. I'm hoping that the organ guns managed to get out alright. The organ guns haven't got out alright. Thunderers turn around and hit that flying beast. Luckily, they do have golden experience, so they're actually almost holding their own. Pretty ironically, yeah, they're actually holding their own against a flying creature, and the gyrocopters are coming back to help out. But these guys just, finally turning around, and they're going to be unleashing a brutal volley of lead onto this flying creature right now. That's going to be doing so much damage to it, and hopefully trying to rout it with the support of the gyrocopters. However, I think they did actually lose 1 cannon. The flame cannon's moving up as well now, as we continue to make our way around this fortress. Archaon is still a little ways off forming up, but with the enemy line, they still have so many soldiers. The mortar making its way up. Yeah, the mortar is actually almost out of ammunition, but how many kills is it on right now? 124. I guess that's not that crazy. You think about it, it has really precise damage, but a Hellstorm rocket battery probably does as much damage just over a longer amount of shots. This thing kind of just does devastating damage in a pool of area. Like, I guess it's not that OP if you really think about it. If you stack it up, it's OP as hell. But I don't think it's that bad, if I'm honest. Only 124 kills, which is a lot, obviously, but not too much. Oh, God. Okay, cool. I thought this was the Chaos General, but Grumberdale has gone down now as well. The Gyro Bomber is going to be dropping its explosives on top of the General, trying to get as many kills as possible as more of the Hobgoblins make their way up into the fortress. Where are the long shots? That's what I want to see. Right here, yeah, right here. The Infernal Guard long shots making their way up to the engagement, and both the sides are about to be engaged. We have this brutal creature hitting away at the gyrocopters as well. The gunners just need to turn around and deal with these guys, which they are doing, but these things are taking a pounding. Like, the amount of shots going off by these thunderers must be racking up now, and they are doing damage to it, but it's just taking a while to die. And using the Chaos players have done a really good job at using these creatures to harass the back line and really stop the amount of damage coming in for the main lines. So here we go, the side engagements have gone off. We've got a runesmith here popping the rune of negation, trying to reduce the amount of damage coming in. We have the aspiring champions leading the Infernal Guard up forwards. The Infernal Guard obviously having great weapons, and this battle does look insanely cool right here. Like, just admiring this fortress right now. The Dawi architecture is awesome. Something that definitely could open up this map is having a few more side passages, like maybe having a side passage here and then the mirror on the other side would be kind of cool. Or maybe having some broken walls, so having like the main entrance here, and then also having like a broken wall here where the enemy can push up, almost like they've been in a, been under siege for a little while would be kind of cool. The long shots are going to be forming up, and if these guys can get, they're going to get perfect shots off here onto the Longbeards. Oh yeah, they're going to get a perfect volley off if they form up in time in front of the Infernal Guard. As long as they don't shoot their own Infernal Guard in the back. But like, if I was the Longbeards right now, I would just have to charge these guys, because there's pretty much nothing else you can do unless you want to just get shot to pieces. Because, a couple volleys from these long shots, and that's going to be it for that unit of Longbeards. I think they do have a lot of Slayers still in reserve. Like, these Slayers should be pushing up and killing these Bull Centaurs. There we go. You have a volley going off now onto these Longbeards. I wonder how many are going to drop just from... not too many. I mean, they did lose a few, but not too many. I thought they were going to lose much more than that off of first volley. But obviously, HP damage does definitely rack up as more of the Chaos Warriors just continue to pour up through this fortress. They've definitely almost taken the outer layer, that is for sure, but the Dawi are still holding firm. They have some of the Slayers up here along with the Longbeards with great weapons who are going to be a match for the Infernal Guard, I hope. I don't really know how balanced they are, but you can see lots of Dwarfs dying and fighting pretty bravely. Archaon is still not on the move yet, so the Dwarfs still have a chance to kind of just smash back this assault. When Archaon turns up, I think that's going to be all she wrote for the Dwarfs, unless they can do enough damage to these Dawi lines, because once Archaon turns up with full golden infantry and cavalry, I don't think there's going to be much the Dwarfs can do. These flying creatures are still just harassing as the Chaos flying creatures now turn up. This is just insane right now. Just as the Dwarfs managed to almost deal with one line, they've got another 3 more Manticores turning up, just hammering the lines. The organ guns are just being incinerated. These bolt throwers are going to be needing to just work overtime right now to take them down. However, that is not going to be enough. Wow, this creature looks amazing right now. The actual Taurus, I think is how you pronounce it. That thing is just beautiful. really cool animations for it, and just the way the modders have got it is awesome. I guess this is like one which a general would be riding, and they've kind of taken the general off the back of it by the looks of it. That thing looks insane. The battle lines are raging on right now. Grumberdale has actually come back from routing. If he could go hit some of this artillery, that'd be great. The death and destruction from the Earthquaker catapult has just incinerated. Oh, I think we got another one coming in a second. Maybe. Oh, yeah, there we go. A perfect hit. Look at that, just flattening an entire unit of hammerers. That is just insane how much damage it is doing. I know I keep harping on in it, but that artillery is just ripping through the lines. And a lot of the Dawi are already having to retreat back. Now, granted, there's still 20 minutes left in this replay, so the Dwarfs do not just keel over after this initial massive hit from the Chaos Dwarfs. They're still going to be fighting hard, so don't worry about that. We've still got a very intense battle as these Bull Centaurs just run into the back line. Now, this is a perfect opportunity for the Slayers just to start racking up some real nice damage on the Bull Centaurs. If they can start whittling down the actual creatures for the Chaos Forces, that's going to be amazing for them. They probably should maybe move up some of this artillery as well, get this artillery shooting as soon as possible. If a Flame Cannon survive, because if a Flame Cannon's still alive, that could be really detrimental. Yeah, but Flame Cannon, no, it's the Iron Drakes right there. So it's going to be, another Earthquaker artillery shot just coming in, just destroying the artillery for the Dawi. That thing must be out of ammunition now. Yeah, the Earthquaker artillery is out of ammunition. The rocket artillery, the rocket launchers are almost out as well. They're kind of down to half artillery, and the Hell Cannon is slowly getting whittled down as well. A lot of the long shots have made their way up, and I think that's going to be it for the Dawi forces over here. The long bids are soon to be broken back. A lot of the Infernal Guard are actually retreating. However, the Hobgoblins are up here as well, actually getting smashed by a lot of the artillery and the gunners from the Dwarfs now. The Iron Breakers are going to be ready to hold the line. This is a good kind of formation for the Iron Breakers, because they can probably incinerate any forces coming their way on the initial charge as they push on. I believe we also got another charge on this other side, which hopefully we won't miss this one, because I really want to see these guys charging in. Are they going to be charging into the Iron Breaker line? They are indeed, so we definitely want to watch this. Burn it alive, boys. Oh, it's not going to be enough now as the Destroyer just charges in. So many Iron Breaker explosives going off on this thing. And they actually did a really nice amount of damage on that thing as well, as some of the Thunderers actually charge forward. Get the Slayers in here now and just destroy this thing. Yeah, look at the Iron Breaker satchels. That's doing great damage to the Destroyer. I guess it's not that heavily armored realistically, so it's not actually doing too bad as the Iron Drakes just start burning away on more of these Manticores and the Chaos versions of them, as they just again cause havoc in the lines of the Longbeards right now. They really are struggling to deal with them. I think the outer defense for Longbeards and the rest of the Dwarfs is pretty much completely gone now. Yeah, it has completely gone. They just have these kind of ramp defenses now as more gyrocopters continue to fight them. They have almost dealt with the Flying Beast. I feel like if it wasn't for the Flying Beast, the Dwarfs would actually be kind of in an okay situation. This Destroyer is about to go down. They've lost a lot of Longbeards, a lot of Iron Breakers to friendly fire, but it's kind of almost worth it, because I imagine them things do so much damage as the enemy continues to come on. Archaon still has not moved, which is great news for the Dwarves. They continue to fight here as more of the Infernal Guard, the Infernal Iron Sworn have gone up now. I want to see what these guys are made of. I imagine they're kind of like the Iron Breaker equivalent. They just look so sick. Look at these guys as they just advance closer and closer to the fortress itself. I want to see what they're made of. That is for sure. As the fortress just continues to be under siege right now, I feel very, very sorry for the oncoming forces right now. There is just so many enemies, overwhelming the Dawi defenses, but I'm sure they can hold. As more Iron Breakers just set ablaze the Iron Swarm right now as they try and get closer to the Iron Draker line. Well, this Destroyer is actually surrounded as well by the Slayers. This is a great engagement for the Dwarfs. They have a Siege Engineer right here along with the Slayers. They're going to be able to start whittling down this thing. And yeah, there we go. Another Destroyer down. That is awesome. If we go back to the main fight, though, we can see the Iron Sworn charging onto some of the defenses of the Iron Breakers. And the Iron Sworn are going to be able to start getting themselves stuck into this engagement. So much fire. More Forsaken as well joining the battle, charging onto the Iron Drake line. The Iron Breaker line, I should say. The Gyrocopters are still up here harassing the enemy lines, dropping their explosives when they can. More of the Marauders with great weapons are turning up as well. mean, these Iron Sworn have definitely taken casualties. If we zoom out, we can see that they've definitely lost a lot of soldiers on that initial charge coming into the battle. The Iron Drakes, or Iron Breakers, sorry, really have the advantage of throwing them satchels and kind of whittling down units. We also have a lot of archer fire coming in from the hobgoblins. But we also have, a lot of Iron Breakers still alive. We obviously also have this upper defense as well. If we go on the right-hand side, we can see how the enemy are advancing. They are advancing now. The Inspiring Champions coming in first. I've never really found the Aspiring Champions to be that great, if I'm honest. Oh no, that's not good for the Dwarfs right there. Even though that did just kill an... I don't know. The Aspiring Champions just get back up. And we're killing a lot of Longbeards here. The Dwarfs need their numbers to be holding right here. And I think we're just causing so much friendly fire. That's more friendly fire than they pretty much killed an entire unit of Longbeards, I think, there, to actually kill the Aspiring Champions. I'm not sure how worth it that is, because I've never really found the Aspiring Champions to do that much damage. Maybe it would have been better to save them satchel charges to actually wait until more of this army can miss. There's still so many Chaos Warriors pushing up now. Oh, but looks of it, Archaon is finally moving now, which is great to see. Archaon, I hope he's just marching to battle. He doesn't want to get here anytime quickly. He's just... Yeah, he's just this looks awesome. Look at that, Archaon's just marching to battle now. The timer has given him the advantage to come forward with his Chaos Knights and his Chaos Chosen. He is advancing forward. His vanguards have hit the enemy lines, and he is going to be making his way to the front of a battle. Look at that. The fortress is burning right now as Archaon just ascends towards it. Wow, that's perfect. That looks great. So I'm not sure. I mean, Archaon's definitely going to get stuck in. How's the balance of power looking? Balance of power is in the Chaos favor right now, but I would not count the Dawi out yet. They still have a decent amount of artillery. You can see them retreating back with these organ guns right now. And they also have a lot of Iron Drakes left, which haven't really got stuck in. So if the Iron Drakes can burn a lot of these weaker units from the Dwarfs, from the Chaos Dwarfs, then maybe they can turn this battle around, because a lot of these Iron Sworn have taken a lot of casualties from the explosive caskets. And obviously, if these organ guns can get set up as well, the organ guns can just devastate lines of the enemy really, really effectively. More of these hobgoblins back here. Hopefully, they're actually out of ammunition soon. No, they still got half their ammunition left, so they can still rack up a lot of kills. More of the Chaos Forces are making their way into the battle. I still can't get over how insane that Earthquaker mortar was. That thing is just disgusting. So goddamn good. The Chaos Hordes are just endless right now. They really are. Some more Iron Swarm back here by the looks of it. Yeah, more Iron Swarm back here. Ready to kill. A lot of the fortress has been destroyed as well. Look how much damage this fortress has taken. If you go back to the beginning of the video, like, none of this damage was here, which is a pretty cool thing about Warhammer, is how these fortresses here. Look at this. This thing is kind of a bit messed up, but it's been destroyed. A lot of the assets can kind of have a destroyed form, which is cool. The Black Hawk slaves are making their way forward. As again, we just push our way to the front line. So on this side, we have the Chaos fighting, and on the other side, we have the Chaos Dwarfs fighting. So it's kind of like a nice mix right there of the forces. And on either side, we have the Dawi holding firm. The Iron Breakers trying to push back these Chaos Warriors. Luckily, there's no Chaos Warriors with great weapons. I think that'd be pretty deadly. And we look at the HP of these units. We actually have a Bolt Thrower crew being pushed up here. And I think that these flying creatures are still harassing the lines. That is just hurting me inside. I think a lot of them are dead now, but the fact that we still have a lot of flying creatures around is brutal. A large push there by a lot of the Chaos Dwarfs up here, the Chaos Warriors back here, and the Black Hawk slaves are just pushing forward right now, trying to break upon these lines. They could maybe try and sneak around this kind of opening right here to the left. That's definitely could be a thing. Oh, actually one of the generals is actually routing right there. The Chaos Dwarf general is actually routing. If the Dwarfs can kill him, maybe they can kind of assemble a mass rout. The balance of power has kind of shifted back to the Dwarf favor a little bit. If we look at the troop kills, you can see the Dwarfs have about half their force left, and the Chaos Dwarfs have a bit more than half, so they're definitely having the advantage. But if the Dawi can cause a mass rout before Archaon turns up, then they'll be in a really good situation, I think, like a really good situation, because there's not a lot of strength left in these original armies. Obviously, when Archaon turns up with his Chosen and his Knights, that's probably going to be it for the Dwarfs, but they still have a lot left, like, thinking about it. They have a lot of soldiers. If we look up here, look at this. There's a lot of men left still to give their lives. I am pretty scared, though, to see when Archeon does turn up. But we're getting a little bit laggy now as well. This is mainly because a lot of the troops are clumped up in one area. But hopefully you guys are still enjoying this engagement. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, mate, if you want to be a part of these videos, you want to find more people to play custom maps with, and you know, create scenarios and cool stuff to kind of even maybe find replays to send in to me, then make sure to join my Discord. On my Discord, there's always people, I think, almost looking every single day for people like, oh, I found this cool map, do you guys want to play it? And I think this, on a battle I haven't uploaded yet, we got 7 people in the Discord to jump together to kind of head and create a really cool scenario battle, which I'll be uploading sometime this week. So yeah, if you guys are looking forward to that and want to be a part of these battles, make sure to join the Discord. God, there's just so many Chaos Dwarfs right here. That's pretty insane how many of them are pushing up forward onto the lines of the Dwarfs. The Iron Breakers are holding firm, though. The actual infantry quality of the Chaos Dwarfs isn't overwhelming like the Earthshaker Catapult, Earthshaker Mortar, sorry. I thought if everything was as OP as that thing, that would be insane. Because that thing just does so much damage. So let's see what the Dawi actually have left now as the fight rages on down on these 2 choke points. So they have some Longbeards with great weapons. They have some Thunderers left, which are going to be very vital. They also have some more Iron Breakers, some Hammerers, and some more Thunderers. So there's still plenty left. You know, we got the Peak Gate Guard. We have 3 more units of Bugman's Rangers, and these guys aren't awful in melee combat, so they can definitely do fine. We also have some more Iron Breakers, along with some more of these Hammerers and more Iron Breakers. Yeah, there's still so much left for the Dwarfs. So even though Bounce Power doesn't look great, I think they still have loads of forces left to kind of push these guys back. And again, if these Thunderers and the rest of the artillery units can start taking down a lot of these creatures, I think they finally managed to deal with a lot of these ranged and flying units. Yeah, I think almost all the flying units are extremely low on HP. So if they can kind of take that away and then just hold the enemy in place, I don't know, this battle could still literally go either way. I think the balance of power is still a bit deceiving. The balance of power is shifting back towards the Dwarfs. Obviously, Archeon is now showing up with a pretty strong force, but I don't know. This battle could still literally go either way. There's still so much strength left in the Dawi forces. I am definitely voting for the Dawi to win. Not like as in I want the Dawi to win this. Oh my god, they're still alive. How are the Manticores and the Tyran, whatever they're called, the Chaos Dwarf version, how are they still alive? They're so low. Just like a couple more volleys. I think these Thunderers are out of ammunition. Oh no, the Thunderers are out of ammunition. They're gonna these flying creatures are about to get their revenge onto them. Oh god, hold firm, Thunderers, hold firm. That is not good at all. These Thunderers are going to be not in a good place. Oh, the Iron Breakers! The Iron Breakers unleashing their satchels. Maybe not the best idea. They probably should save these bad boys. This thing is about to rattle. The Iron Drakes. The Iron Drakes will be a good unit just to burn this. Yeah, take them down, Iron Drakes. Take them down. A lot of the flying creatures are now about to go down, which is so vital. I can't believe how much damage they actually did. We also have a great siege engineer here as well, hopefully picking away if he can with his rifle just away at these guys. The Chaos Knights are turning up now. Is Archeon up here as well? Yeah, Archeon's actually also pushed up here, trying to go ahead and make a way forward. Oh, look at all these Chaos Knights. The Chaos Knights also have golden experience, which just makes them even insane. Oh, the Bestigor chariots have managed to get through on the back of the line. Yeah, that's going to be it. Oh my lord. The Chaos Knights are just running down the Dawi as they try and flee back up the hill as best they can. The Bestigor chariots have just rinsed through their line as well. That is brutal. Yeah, look at them just advance. Now, this is kind of good for the Dawi. Letting them up here is going to be great. Holding them in place with Bugman's Rangers whilst they use their Thunderers just to shoot the Chaos Knights is the best way to deal with them right now. If they had some Iron Breakers just to throw satchels on top of this big clump, that would be great as well. Some Iron Breaker satchels going off. This is what they need. Iron Breaker satchels just to take care of these knights. Because the more the knights get involved, the more damage is going to be received on top of the Iron Breakers. And they need the Iron Breakers to hold as best they can. They need Thunderers and they need these satchels to come flying down and kill as many of these knights as possible. The knights are going to be fighting an uphill battle as more of the satchels come flying off. They don't really seem to be doing that much damage to the knights, which is not great, but they need the Thunderers up here. I think the Thunderers are really key to this battle. Come on, boys, just get a volley or two off. as they continue to pursue them. Come on, Thunderous Volley. Kill the Chaos Knights. Come on, boys. We need you. Every shot counts. I think they're struggling to find a target right now because of the Iron Breakers being in the way. But, I mean, there's so much for them to shoot at right now. They just need to volley. More satchels going off, which is getting great. I mean, the Iron Breaker line is very, very sturdy. They're going to be holding for some time now. The lag is kind of intensifying because there's just two big blobs now. Hopefully that will open up a little bit as they break through the initial line. As more of Bugman's Rangers are kind of acting as a force just to push on. There's a goddamn Hell Cannon being pushed up right now. If that in the rocket artillery as well, if this can kind of get a good shot off like right here. Imagine how devastating the Hell Cannon will be as the Iron Drakes. Oh, and the satchels coming in. I think they're doing a lot of friendly fire right now, but I mean, needs must, right? Needs must. A lot of these creatures are getting kind of low. Oh my god, that goddamn Tyrann, or whatever it is called. What is it called? The Taurus is just, look how much, it's still finally hopefully about to go down. Please someone kill it, because it has given me anxiety the amount it's just stayed alive for. And it's actually routing, but I'm sure it's going to come back as a lot of the Dragon Ogres are also pushing in now as well. The enemy general has also come back. If the Dwarfs could kill the enemy general, I don't know. Like, if they could kill Archaon and they could kill the enemy general, I think they could still pull a victory out. Because balance of power is definitely, it was a lot in their favor. It shifted back more to the Dwarfs, and then it's kind of gone back into the Chaos Dwarf favor, but it could literally, battle could still go either way. I think the balance of power for once, because normally in Warhammer, balance of power is normally very, like, if it goes into one side, it's over for the other side. However, this balance of power has been going back and forth, which is great to see, you know. Oh, the Hell Cannon, though. If this Hell Cannon sets up and gets a shot off on these Iron Drakes, that's not going to be good as they just burn a lot of their Iron Breakers in the back right now. Oh, what's this Hell Cannon going to shoot? That's what's scaring me. Oh, just over. What did they hit? They hit some of the Iron Breakers. That's not too good as we have a dead Taurus right there. There's still a lot of Slayers left as well. The explosions are still going off pretty rapidly right here, as the Iron Breakers, I imagine, unleash more and more of their satchels. The enemy forces are just pushing up in full force. Let's look at the kills right now. Yeah, the Dawi are down to 1,500 men. They're almost outnumbered 2 to 1. I think a lot of these satchel charges are causing... look how much friendly fire these satchel charges are causing. Holy crap. They need to be a bit better with it. I think they're just kind of throwing all their eggs into one basket now and just going balls to the wall to try and deal with these guys. Yeah, they are just ruining their front line right now. My god. I mean, at least they're killing some of the knights as well from Archaon. The Iron Breaking line is holding firm. They really need to get the rest of the Slayers up here. And I mean, getting Ungrim into this battle would be great as well. If Ungrim could get into these oh, a Hell Cannon hitting the Iron Drakes, that's brutal. If Ungrim and the Dragonback Slayers could get into these Dragon Ogres, they would just go down so quickly. But right now, they are just having a field day in the middle of the Iron Breakers. More satchels going out overhead. Again, probably causing a decent amount of friendly fire. I wonder how much friendly fire. I wish there was like a tab to show you how much friendly fire has occurred during this battle. The Iron Drakes is actually locked into melee combat right now, which is not what they want. They really want to be kind of sitting back and just burning where they can. Oh my, these more flying creatures right now. That is literally just hurting me inside. More flying monsters are just harassing the lines. They've really been the bane of the Dwarven existence during this engagement, as this Taras, or however you pronounce it, is going to be charging in. Look at the devastation from the Earthquake Catapult as well. That thing has just caused so many dead hammerers, which could be so vital to this battle. You know, the Dwarves could maybe even turn it around if they had the help. I actually love the background as well to this engagement. Actually having these mountains makes you feel like you're actually in the Dwarven kind of arena. Like, it's actually really nice work kind of on the background, and something I didn't really pick up on. The Chaos Forces are completely overwhelming with Dawi on this left-hand side. I think Archaon and his elite knights are just way too much. They can literally just run down the Dawi, and it's so hard for them to push them back, just because of the sheer amount of them. Like, the Dawi are probably getting quite a few nice kills onto the Chaos Knights, but it's just not enough. There's just too many knights, and they're just overwhelming them with really good experience as well. Vestigor chariots are mainly going down, which is good. I just don't think they have enough, because look at them. It's just hordes upon the hordes of enemy forces pushing forward. A lot of the infernal artillery is up here as well now. The Lancer Chaos Warriors are up. Yeah, Archaon has definitely kind of tipped this battle in the favor of the Chaos Forces. I think maybe if Archaon didn't turn up as he just pushes forward, fighting hard. I think maybe if Archaon didn't turn up, the Dwarfs could have maybe have won this, if I'm honest. As they continue to push on. So, like I said, it's actually been a really, really close battle. How long is left? We've got 5 minutes left as Archaon continues to fight forward with his brothers in arms. Some more explosions going off from the Ironbreakers. But I think this, oh my god, the fact that there is a held cannon up here shooting the defenders who aren't even engaged yet. If I was the defenders, I would just shove everything in now. Just charge it forward, because this held cannon is going to be killing so much of the forces. It's just not even going to be funny. As it just moves around to reform. More of the actual Chaos Dwarf General was charged directly in. I swear he was really low as well. Yeah, he was extremely low. So, you know, maybe the Dwarfs can get a moral victory here by killing the Chaos Dwarf General. And he's looking like he's doing a lot of damage as well. If we zoom in on him right now, we can really see that he is getting surrounded and he doesn't have a lot of HP left. So I imagine he is going to go down. But I think at this point, the Chaos Dwarf players just don't care. And they're just ready to move in and do plenty of damage to the Dawi and try and just rout them as soon as they can. I think is the most optimal thing. Is this Hell Cannon going to shoot all the way over? If it does get a shot, I'm not sure if the range is in on that. If they can shoot it back here, then that'll just end it for the Dwarfs, I think. I think if they got a Hell Cannon shot right here on the back of the line, they would just rout and it'd be over. I'm interested to see what this thing shoots at. As the Hammerers are now making in their last-ditch defense, yeah, there's no way the Dwarfs have won this, but I mean, it was definitely a valiant last stand. I think maybe if there wasn't as much I mean, actually, even with the amount of friendly fire, I think that the Dawi would have still lost this battle, because when Archaon turned up with his elite knights, I think it was just too much for the Dwarfs to kind of contend with. The Earthshaker catapult was just mind-blowingly good, and the rest of the artillery still must have racked up a decent amount of kills on that outer defense for the Dwarfs. The Hell Cannon isn't actually shooting, and I think the last of the Dwarfs are making their way in. I keep thinking this is a unit just because of the way they're dead, but it's just no. It's just the fact that they've just got destroyed there. The satchels are going to be coming in pretty big. The Hell Cannon shot finding a massive hit there on the Ironbreakers as they charge into the lines. And I mean, a lot of the Chaos Army is actually routing. The balance of power isn't shifting too far away. But I think when the I mean, Ungrim is still fully alive as well. He's going to have to die because he can't rout. Yeah, I think if it was actually, I don't know. Have a Dawi got this? A lot of the forces are actually routing. Like, a lot of the Chaos Dwarf, I think their leader just died. Have the Dawi got this? Holy crap. Archaon's about to die. Oh my god, have the Dawi won? Holy shit, this is an insane ending. Oh my god, I think the Dwarfs might actually win this. Everyone is coming in. I mean, there are still some pretty nice chosen with great weapons to fight, and a lot of routing units. But Archaon just died. Yeah, a lot of the forces are routing now. Oh my god, is this battle going to get completely turned around on its head? I was not expecting this, and I hope you guys watch to the end here. I might even make a little bit of an intro before we start this video, just saying that you guys need to stick around. Archaon is still alive, but he's routing. Or is he's completely gone right yet? I think Archaon's completely gone from the battlefield. This is going to be devastating for morale. The balance of power is starting to shift back in the favour of the Dwarfs. Holy crap. Can they win? They still have a really sturdy line of Ironbreakers here. They have the Peak Gate Guard as well. I don't know though, because there's still Chosen left to fight. There's a lot of Hobgoblin Archers here as well, but they're obviously just going to rout if they can mass rout them. On this side, the enemy are pushing down. The long shots are shooting, causing up a lot of damage. I don't know how this battle's going to end. I really thought that the Chaos Dwarfs had this in the bag, but the Ironbreakers are still coming out. With Ungrim, as long as Ungrim doesn't die, Ungrim needs to stay alive in this battle. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do this because of the amount of Chosen now surrounding him. The Dwarfs need to fight their way in. This Ironbreaker unit needs to use the rest of its ammunition and get the hell down here, which is exactly what they are doing, just incinerating the warriors left. Yeah, Ungrim's trying to make his way a little bit out of this engagement. The Dwarfs also need to deal with these long shots right now, so they're going to be killing so many of these soldiers. I really don't know how this battle's going to go. I don't think the Dwarfs must have this, right? But then again, there's still a decent amount, all these Chaos Chosen still left remaining. This battle could literally go either way. If Ungrim dies, it's over for the Dwarfs. However, if they can just kind of mass rout the enemy forces, then obviously the Dwarfs are going to win. I'm really excited to see how this battle turns out now. This has definitely been an insane battle. I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much for the guys at the Discord for creating a really cool battle. You know, sometimes they even kind of do test runs of battles just to help me out. So massive thank you to everyone on the Discord who played this battle and, you know, are sending me in replays. I really do appreciate it because we're getting some amazing battles like this. I am so interested. I'm actually going to press K and just watch the entire battle like this. I mean, I think Ungrim's going to die, and if Ungrim dies, then it's it. That's it for the Dwarfs. However, they can easily rout these guys. Like, even the Chosen don't have the best morale in the book. If they continue to push on, I feel like they need to deal with these long shots like now. I mean, this left flank is still so strong. There's still lots of Iron Breakers left. Look how much stuff is routing right now. Oh my lord. I really don't know who's going to win. Normally Warhammer battles don't go down to the wire like this. You know, normally Warhammer battles are really blatant to see who's going to win. I am definitely pleasantly surprised. We have to look at Ungrim's health, because if Ungrim dies, it's over for the Dwarfs. And he's getting really low. Really low. But he's falling back, so... Is that it? Is the Dwarfs... There's only 15 seconds left. Who's going to win? What? Is this battle ended, or what? I'm confused. There's like 4 seconds left. I guess the Dawi are gonna lose, right? Close defeat. Oh, okay. I guess it was a timed battle. Okay, because Archaon died, and I think when Archaon died, yeah, he was still alive. Okay, cool. Yeah, that was it. Sorry. When Archaon died, so Dawi actually managed to win the day there. I completely forgot, which I said in the intro. If Archaon dies, the enemy lose, and that's exactly what happened. Archaon died, so they must have just conceded defeat right there as Archaon died. So Dawi have managed to push back the Chaos invasion. That's awesome. That was a really cool thing. I completely forgot about the rules as well, so my mistake. That was an amazing battle. Thank you guys so much for sending it in. I really do appreciate it. And if you guys want to be a part of battles like this in the future, then make sure to go over and drop a like on the video itself. Well, actually, did we get a desync? I'm not sure. We might have actually got a desync because no one's got kills, and that could be the case. I mean, either way, that was an insane battle. So thank you guys so much for sending it in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the look of the Chaos Dwarfs. It's a shame we couldn't see how many kills the Earthquaker mortar actually got. I'm not sure if this is a reason because of a desync, or maybe it's just a bunch of mods I have on which just don't mess this up a little bit. I'm not sure. But yeah, if you guys enjoy this, make sure to drop a like and a comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time, and fish out.